Chuck, as you know, we are not only in a climate emergency, we are in a biodiversity emergency, and often the second of those is forgotten and neglected. And that is particularly important when you think about our marine area and the protection of our marine area. Because not only is it an absolutely unparalleled store of biodiversity, but it is also the sea, and a sea that is rich in biodiversity is the most important carbon sink. So if you destroy marine biodiversity, or if you don't have a proper system for ensuring it is developed in a sustainable way, you do double damage to both biodiversity and to the attempt to battle climate change. Now, against that background, I would strongly urge you to study the identifying areas of interest for MPA designation, for marine protected area designation, produced by the Fair Seas Group. And they castigate the government for the fact that we have only 2% of our areas designated when we need to have a minimum of 30%. And particularly point out that a lot of the self-selected sites for offshore industrial wind are on sites that would actually destroy potential marine protected areas. So I would ask you to look into that and ensure that our marine is not destroyed by profit-driven companies.
Deputy Boyd Barrett made the point about the marine area. I met with, I think, representatives of Fair Seas that would have been at our Ardèche in respect of this issue. We do need to have increased designation. But I would say to you as well, and you used the phrase kind of offshore industrial wind, so I don't know what that means, but are you for offshore wind or not?
It means developers should select their own sites.
No, but the point is, we will need offshore wind. And
yeah, developers shouldn't select their own sites.
And the European Union Commission have made a call here as well, by the way, and they're saying they're looking at a planning instrument to say that the overriding public interest demands that we provide offshore wind.
So the developers are going to choose their own sites?
That climate change. No, they're not.
Here we go again.
They're not choosing their own sites here in the Republic. They're not.
They have.
That's not what you
said.
You've
designated the relevant
what you were talking about. I assumed you were talking about the trade-off between how do we designate marine protected areas and how do we have offshore wind as well.
That's exactly what I'm saying.
And that's the point. But the point is, it's not going to be that. There's going to be trade-offs. There's going to have to be compromises because the overall good will be served by offshore wind if we take out fossil fuels. That's the benefit of biodiversity, it's to the benefit of climate, and we have to call and make hard decisions. And there will be hard decisions to be made about this. But we can't start one week attacking fossil fuel companies and the energy companies, and the next week start attacking industrial offshore wind. Because, of course, the bottom line, your agenda is anything to do with industry, or anyone who's above 4 or 3 is bad. That seems to be your position.
The developers.
In terms of the...
Here we go.
But I would say that...
Developers on the loose again.
We're the first government to bring in a marine protected area, marine national spatial framework, marine legislation, the establishment of MARA. We want more marine designated areas.